Okay, so let's start going over the male reproductive system. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at a spermatozoon. Our spermatozoon is just a sperm cell. Okay, so this image up here is a spermatozoon, and it has a few basic parts. So this area from finger to finger here is the head of the spermatozoon, or the head of the sperm. Right here is the neck of the sperm. All of this is the middle piece of the sperm, and then from here to here is the tail of the sperm. If you remember from AP1, the tail of a sperm is called a flagellum. So all where my hand is, this is the head of the sperm. Right where my finger is the neck of the sperm. All of this from finger to finger is the middle piece, and all of this is the tail, which is also called the flagellum. In this head area, you have two more parts that you have to know. The covering of the head of a spermatozoon is called the acrosome, and in the middle is called the nucleus. So the edge right around here, you can see it's a little bit different color. Right around the edge is the acrosome, and in the middle here is the nucleus. Okay, and that's the sperm. Now we're going to move on to the male reproductive. Okay, so now we're looking at our tall torso guy, and we're going to be looking at the male reproductive structures. So this would be the penis, and you have a few parts of the penis you have to know. Let me tilt him up a little bit. So this is going to be the body of the penis. Right here is going to be the neck of the penis, and this is the glands of the penis. So the whole structure is the penis. This area is the body of the penis. This is the neck of the penis. And then this area right here where you see the smooth skin, that's the glands of the penis. Okay, this skin sac down here, this skin sac, you can see it better like this. So this skin sac down here that goes all the way down, this is called the scrotum. And inside the scrotum, you can see it on this side, this is the testes. Okay, so this is where the sperm are going to be produced. So the skin sac is called the scrotum, and then this little ball right here is called the testes. Okay. Okay. Remember the little comma hat that sits above the testes? This is going to be the epididymis. And then this coming up here is going to be the spermatocord. So this is your spermatic cord. The little hat, comma shape above the testes is called the epididymis. And then the ball is the testes. On this side, our spermatic cord and our testes are covered up by our cremaster muscle. Okay, so all of this covering up your spermatic cord and your testes is called your cremaster muscle. And then right down here, this middle layer here, this is called your dartus muscle. D-A-R-T-O-S, dartus muscle. Okay. So spermatic cord, epididymis, testes, cremaster muscle, and then this middle layer right here is called the dartus muscle. This is your scrotum. This entire structure is the penis. This is the body of the penis. Right here is the neck of the penis, and this is the glands of the penis. Okay, so this is our next model in our male reproductive. Remember, from your urinary, your ureter is going to be coming down from the kidneys, and it's going to go into the back of the bladder. So you have one coming from one side. You have the other ureter right here coming into the other side of the bladder. So this is your ureter, and this is a ureter back here. This whole sac, so all of this, and this is the bottom part, this is the urinary bladder. Here you have the penis. So all of this part right here is going to be the body of the penis. This is the neck of the penis, and this is the glands of the penis. Down here where the opening to the penis. This is your external urethral orifice. This skin sac here is called the scrotum. The ball structure here is called the testes. The little comma hat that sits on top of the testes is called the epididymis. Then you have this long tubule that takes the sperm from this vas deferens up and all the way around, and it will then lead into the urethra, which will go through the penis and out of the body. So this long tube right here is called the vas deferens. Okay. This long tube here is also called the ductus deferens. So vas deferens or ductus deferens. Down here, this is going to be your prostate gland. Back here is going to be your rectum and your anus. Okay. This structure right here, this is going to be your seminal gland. So it's going to add some fluid substances to the sperm. And now we're going to look on the internal structures. Okay, so now we've opened up our male reproductive model here. Again, up here, you're seeing the urinary bladder. So I won't go back through any of those structures in there. But you have the urethra that leads out of the urinary bladder. This part of the urethra that goes through this gland right here, this gland is the prostate gland. The urethra that goes through the prostate gland is called the prostatic urethra. This little gland, or this little duct right here, this one is called your ejaculatory duct. It's going to lead from the seminal gland into this prostatic urethra. So this tube is called your prostatic urethra. This tube right here is called your ejaculatory duct. And this entire structure here is called your prostate. This little white gland back here, this is your bulbourethral gland. It will also add some fluids to the seminal fluid, which houses the nutrition or nutritional fluid and the sperm. All of this part of the urethra, this is called the spongy urethra. And again, it leads to the external urethral orifice. All of this, the skin sac is called the scrotum. Inside here, you're seeing the testes with the little comma hat right here called the epididymis. Okay, in purple up here on the top side of the penis, this is going to be your corpus cavernosum. And then this pink that surrounds the urethra in the penis, this tissue surrounding the urethra is called the corpus sponginosum. And that's the reason we call this part of the urethra the spongy urethra, because it goes through the middle of your corpus sponginosum. So again, this purple is your corpus cavernosum. The pink that is on both sides of the urethra is your corpus sponginosum. Okay. So again, this entire structure is the penis. Body of penis. Right here would be the neck of the penis. This is going to be the glands of the penis. This area down here is going to be your external urethral orifice. This skin sac down here is going to be the scrotum that goes all the way around. This is going to be your testes. This little comma hat right here would be your epididymis. These little circles inside the testes, these are going to be your seminiferous tubules. Leading from this epididymis all the way around, remember that long tube? That long tube, it was shown on this one when we put them together. So this long tubule right here is called the ductus deferens or vas deferens. This is going to be called your seminal gland, urinary bladder, prostate gland. From your seminal gland, you have this duct This duct is called your ejaculatory duct. This gland right here is called the prostate gland. This tube leading out of the bladder is called your prostatic urethra. And then through this part, all going all the way out of the penis, all of this part of the urethra, that opening right there, is called your spongy urethra. This purple tissue right here is called your corpus cavernosum. And the pink tissue on either side of the urethra is called the corpus sponginosum. This little bitty white bulb right here, or white ball, this is called your bulbourethral gland. Let's see what else. Oh, this is going to be your pubic symphysis. Again, this is going to be your rectum and the anus. Let's see if I'm missing anything else. Okay, so I did forget a few things here. Again, this is your epididymis. This thicker part right here, this is the head of the epididymis. Then right here you have the body of the epididymis. And at the very bottom towards the back is going to be the tail of the epididymis. So the entire structure is the epididymis. I don't know why it's not focusing. There we go. The whole structure here is called the epididymis. This side here is called the head of the epididymis. All of this is the body of the epididymis. And then this smaller or thinner portion down here that goes down into the scrotum sac further is going to be the tail of the epididymis. Okay, there's also one other structure that I had forgotten to show you on our torso model. So right here and right here, where your spermatic cord is going to go into the body, right here, this opening right here is called the inguinal canal. If you remember in your landmarks from AP1, this area where the leg comes into the torso, that diagonal right there, was called the inguinal. Okay, so this opening right here, where the spermatic cord is going to go into the body, is called the inguinal canal. And that is all of the male reproductive models.